It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's caught left side by Bellamy. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Let's go.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
My bad, guys. My bad, guys.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, really not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
18. Hey, guys, check it. Red, up.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception.
21.
We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. With man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Tighten up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Yeah, baby. Woo! Check 59, Mike.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Let's go.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Hey, we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Ready. Shift this side. We got 3. Hey, express. Gun. 99. Check 99. Hey, wait.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. They'll run it with Coleman, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's the first carry for Troy Cohen. And he'll get get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
18.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Red, up.
Now Cohen. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go. Right. 18.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Red, up. Watch the pass. 18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Red, up. Red, up.
4th down. Here's Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football, we're not seeing it right now.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Hey. Tom, ready.
And now Ryan not happy about either their formation or the play call. Whatever the case, he's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Slam. 22. 58.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Gun.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They call it a gain of 17, and it moves to James.
Hey, let's go.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 45 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for wherever you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And it's caught inside the 10. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage lost.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. And he caught it up.
Baby, get him, boy. Get him, boy.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Wait! Nice, sweetheart. Go!
Here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Deion Bush with a pick, and his guys are going to take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Blue.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Kevin White, 31 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Parkey with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, let's go. Check out route. 21.
Here's Ryan. Pushing through the contact, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Caught out left side by Robinson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
Now it's Trubisky. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
18. Red up.
Trubisky will throw. His throw incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Blue.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they got to weigh things about who's behind him. If they think he can snap it back into gear, maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you. Ready, go.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, express. Check. 3 down. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
Adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's it, baby. Let's go. Check safety.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Red, up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be a safety. as Trubisky gets swallowed up in the end zone. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Gun. 36.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Red's up.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Let's go.
Trubisky now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Blue.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. Go for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Red's up.
On 3rd down, it's Cohen, and he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing at number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Our winner is seated in section 44, row 9, seat 13. You won a set of tires valued up to $500. Stop by us at the shop on the lower level following the game to claim your prize.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
39.
Freeman again. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and play it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to...
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even gone to fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Move your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? Nitpicking.
Yeah,
because they did get it.
It worked. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, they tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they... Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And give him a gain of 37.
Blue, blue. Blue, blue, blue.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Watch tight ends.
Red's up.
Tight ends right.
Red's up.
Back to throw.
Blitz.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Right there.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Red's up. 18.
He's back to throw. And Robinson with a big catch.
Yeah, baby.
And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Trubisky
gotta
now
go.
6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Come on, gotta go.
I'm scared.
Again, it's going. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down. That's Cohen. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come out here in the they're going to run this with a tight end. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now it's Trubisky, and he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1 to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
4 down.
Back to throw. Throw right side, caught by Reynolds. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.